Okay, everybody. Everybody in the office, go over, click that do not disturb button. It's time to check the game notes. But first, this episode is brought to us by the ScoreBet, the best sports book for the hockey obsessed. There's specials from the Chicklets crew on there every day with special odds boosted up. But remember, always play responsibly. 18 plus, Ontario only. If you have a gambling problem, call Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600. Thank you, ScoreBet. Obviously, Army is not here. He's in transit again. The TNT, the big show called him up. So you got me and G. G, what's going on?
Nothing really. Just another night of tons of losers and one next goal scorer bet that just saves the whole night for me, and everyone calls me hot on the internet. So it's not a bad time right now to be G. I'll say that. I'm missing a lot of bets, but people are actually being nice to me, so I don't mind it.
Yeah, well, you had the Kraken at least, but before we get to them, we got to talk
That
about...
wasn't me though. Like that wasn't me. That was Army. We got to give it. Like Army was like, "Do we take the Kraken?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take the Kraken." But that was Army that brought that up.
Hey, that's everybody rides, baby. Everybody's in on that. So I know you're trying to not talk about it, but your Bruins lost a heartbreaker last night. What are your first thoughts on that game?
First thoughts are if Brad Marchand scored that goal at the end of the game when he had that breakaway, that would just be I think of like when Manny Ramirez walked it off to beat the Angels in the ALDS, and he's got that historic picture of his hands in the air. Like, I just think of something like that. It would just be a historic moment in Boston sports history. But I can't sit here. I don't know if you listened to Chicklets today, and Biz was talking about having zero doubts, having no doubts at all in his Leafs. I can't sit here and act like I'm not worried at all, and I have zero doubts. Do I think the Bruins are going to go into Florida and win Game 6? Yeah, I do. But to sit here and say I have absolutely zero doubts would be a lie. I just think. I don't know. I don't want to say we in Merles. You kind of mentioned this on Chicklets this past yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can tell we're all lacking sleep here. You've been up all night editing the pod. You almost forgot I was on there with them last night.
Yeah, I did for a sec. But you mentioned like sitting Bergeron, and should Bergeron have played last game? And while I do think you should have played him, I do think the conversation can be had. It's the same thing that happened in Toronto. Like, Toronto is not playing Michael Bunting. They're sticking with the winning lineup. Mm-hmm. I know there's some Bruins fans that are saying that about Bergeron right now. Me personally, I would have played him, but I'm kind of rambling here. As you can tell, I'm a little nervous right now about this
Yeah,
series.
You're nervous.
What are your thoughts?
I joked about it too. Bergeron's obviously a different player than Michael Bunting, and like I said a couple episodes ago, Monty's over there coaching the best team in NHL history, and I'm here hosting a gambling podcast, but... We had fights on yesterday. He did pretty good with his picks. He had Hall anytime, which was a nice money. He joked about Bergeron anytime from the bumper with boosted odds. If it came from the bumper, that hit. I hit my Hall and Berge points in a losing effort, but they hit. That's why sometimes if you don't like the team, you got to just go with some point props or some different ways like that, because the odds were too big on the Bruins. Enough about them, but the same thing happened with the Avs. The Avs line was too big, and you and Army hit the Kraken. So with the Kraken win, I got a great stat for you, G. Road teams are on a 14-3 run.
I've never seen anything like this. Like, have you, Merles, you've been gambling your whole life here. Have you ever seen a run like this in the NHL playoffs?
I can't remember it being in the playoffs like this, and I joked about it, like the guys aren't going out on the road boozing, and the guys are on the road or now sitting in the hotel alone getting a full night of sleep. In the old days, you always had a roommate as well, so maybe your sleep was off a little bit. One guy snoring.
So they don't do any roommates at all anymore?
I think everyone gets their own room now. Where back in the old days, my time, you had to play, I think, 10 years in the league in order to deserve your own room. So
is this you casually trying to bring up the fact that you lived with Sidney you roomed with Sidney Crosby his rookie year?
Well, yeah, and he messed up my sleeping patterns because he was crazy. Where most hockey players, I can tell you, you go to morning skate 10, 11, you get back, eat your meal, and you try to nap maybe 1 to 3 or 2 to 4. Where Crosby had this, he would sleep for just an hour, and then he would get up and go down and have his snack. where I was just falling asleep and then I hear him get up and it would mess me up. And now
and you can't tell him to like,
no,
hey, get on my sleep schedule. It's like, dude, you're
exactly.
in the minors after that.
Exactly. And how stupid am I? Why didn't I just get on his schedule? I think he was doing a little better than I was. But that's a funny story there. But
you'd have 40 sheets in the bank right now, Murr, if you just got on his sleep schedule.
Instead, I'm here checking the chat. We have Tapper going in Finland today. I saw a couple score updates. I think we just had one from London Garrett, 3-2. That's not good. We were up 3-0 in Finland, so that is not great. To wrap up yesterday, I got a great stat from Brent Anderson, and it's pretty cool. Is the different goal scorers for each team. The Kraken have 13, the Tampa Bay Lightning have 12, and the Islanders have 11 different goal scorers. So that's a pretty cool stat that they're getting this offense spread around. And I mean, enough about us. We're talking about Tampa Bay. We got to bring in one of the biggest Tampa Bay Lightning supporters over the last 3 years. Mr. Ice, Elio, what's up?
How we doing, guys?
Great. We've had so much Leafs talk on here. We can't stand it anymore. So that's why we had to bring you in. I know you still believe in them. Tell us why you still believe in them.
Well, I mean, you know, they're a long shot, but I still think there's a way that they can win. I mean, if you've watched the last 3 games, Tampa has dominated the games. Dominated. And other than like last game, there was like 7. It's the weirdest thing because like 7 minutes, Toronto scored 3 goals. One of them was a bad goal by Vass. And it's like I don't get it. It's like they're getting quick goals at the end of games when Tampa's basically dominating 90% of the game. I know you got to finish, but so let's just go to Toronto. Listen, we go to Toronto tonight. We win tonight, okay? Toronto is a puddle after that, right? If they win in Toronto tonight, what happens? I mean, the sticks will be gripped extremely hard. Everything will be the reporters will be in Toronto's faces 24/7. So if they don't win tonight, the play tonight is you bet the over because it can't lose. It wins every friggin' night, and you don't bet.
There's
your
bet ticket there.
Yeah,
3,500 over 6.5 minus 114.
Yeah, you
nice.
Take them. You also take Tampa for the series, but you don't have to play them tonight because if they win tonight, I think you got it. Okay,
10-1.
10-1. You play that. You play the over tonight. You play the Tampa tonight. The series, excuse me, and then if that. You know, you don't have to play Tampa straight. You just watch them win tonight, get the over, and move on to game 6.
Yeah, you're reminding me of the Boston Red Sox. Like Kevin Millar, he's sitting there and he's like, don't let us win one. We win tonight. We got Pedro. We win them. We got Schilling. It's like that. Toronto, don't let us win tonight because we're going home game 6. And then game 7, you know what's going to happen to the Leafs. So
isn't it been the weirdest still? But, I mean, am I wrong? Tampa has been
dominating them. Him just for a small minute. Like if they fall asleep just for a small part of the game and they steal it.
Yeah, and it like the last game was 4-1, like 10 minutes ago, even less in the third.
Yeah,
and they
crazy.
Lose. So, but I will say this about Tampa: Tampa all year has not been the same team. Mm-hmm. They've gone in these, you know, in the past years they would lose 2 or 3 because they're uninterested for a while because they just win the cup or they get to the cup every year. Mm. But they never really had the bounce back this year. So, of all the years, you know, they're not as good the past couple of years.
Yeah, we've all been talking about Vasi is starting to look human, but I feel like as soon as we start talking like that, he's going to show up in a big moment. Yeah. They're obviously missing the D. McDonough left, Cernak hurt, and that's huge. I mean, those guys play great D. They're blocking shots for him, but
exactly, it's not the same. That's why I felt like these overs were so good because we all know Tampa and Toronto have such gifted offensive guys. Their top line guys are so good, but I feel like Tampa's always had the defense and the goalie. But I think they have the goalie, but no defense. And Toronto's defense, I think, is just pretty average. So I just thought goals would be pretty easy in the series, and they have been. So that's why we have tonight. This is, you know, that's why I want to extend the series because I just want to keep cashing tickets.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have all the pressure in the world on them tonight in Toronto. It's going to be insane up there. They haven't won a series since 2004 We have Biz, who has been obviously their biggest super fan. He came on a couple days ago and made a huge boost or special on the ScoreBet. G, do you have those numbers and everything there?
Yeah, it's the core four. So it's Nylander. It's here. Let me pull it up here. It's Tavares,
Nylander, Matthews, and Marner all to record a point.
Yes.
And Toronto Maple Leafs to win. What was do you have the odds on it?
Yes, I do. Give me one sec.
And so he's going
Plus
all
275.
Plus 275, Mr. Ice. It's going to be on Barstool and
So what
ScoreBet.
is it? Tell me what is the boost?
It's Marner, Matthews, Nylander, and Tavares, all just to record one single point in the Leafs to win. He just wants his core four guys to get rewarded for all the pressure they've been under. And so it's up to 275. It's not great odds, but Matthews and Marner are minus 400 just to get a point. So
Marner's been a machine so far. He's getting like 2 points a game right now.
Yes. I mean, I still think that can all happen. Maybe not the win factor, but they could easily all get a point, no problem.
That's what your hope. That's why I brought it up. I figure your hope. Yeah, sure. Everybody get a point.
Everybody get a point tonight.
So that's you're on a heater. I wanted to ask, how's the Nantucket house account looking, and are we getting close?
Yeah, we're getting close. We're in negotiations with a couple different houses right now, so it looks pretty good. We've had a good run. So when you make money, you got to spend it because you know you can lose it as quick as you can get it, right?
Yeah, I want you to keep winning. Maybe you go from just the regular house and you move into Whit and Dave's neighborhood out there for the summer.
Yeah, I know. No, I don't think I can pay that rent.
No,
Ice, real quick.
Yeah.
I just want to ask. Yeah. You're a Boston guy.
Yes.
How are you feeling right now? Like do I think that the Bees are going to go into Florida in Game 6 and win? Absolutely. But are you a little nervous like me right now?
I'm definitely nervous because what everybody forgets is Florida was the President Trophy last year. Okay? They built their team to be better in the playoffs because they were the high-flying team last year. So they traded a couple of their guys. They got, Kachuk. They got guys who could win in the playoffs. So I always felt that this team would be better in the playoffs, Florida, than they were in the regular season. Now, they just barely got in. I don't think they had the kind of season that they thought they were going to have. I thought they think they were going to be like second or third seed in the playoffs. I didn't think they would just finally be like an 8 seed. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that Florida is competitive with the Bruins. I mean, the Bruins should win, and we are nervous. I am nervous because Florida could easily win Game 6, and then if you go to a Game 7, flip a coin.
Yep. I just saw in the chat here, who was it? He's telling me Taylor Hall, Paul Olgrink, Taylor Hall, Conn Smythe plus 5,000, 50-1. He's playing like a man possessed.
He is so good.
I don't mind sprinkling that.
Yeah, Taylor Hall and Brad Marchand are, in my opinion, by far the best Bruins so far. Those two, I've been a little disappointed in some of the defensemen for the Bruins. So, hopefully they have a big Game 6 and end this sucker.
Yeah. We all want the Bruins to move on, even though a trip to Florida is always nice for the finals. But we're gonna move on to the Devils Rangers. I don't know what you got going on. If you got to go make chicken parms or you want to sit in on this, we're gonna have a crazy Devils fan come on, and if you want to sit in with us and stay on, or you got to get going.
Can I come back tomorrow? They're
absolutely.
Calling me
Hey, you give question. Winners. You're always welcome back here.
Thank you. Listen, Merles, I just have one question about Colorado, and Seattle. Did you? Yeah. I can't believe how well Seattle's playing. They're kicking their ass.
Yeah, we're all surprised. I had Colorado in a sweep. I look like a complete dummy.
Okay.
But they're good. I didn't watch enough of them this year, to be honest. And they just, what they do is they just roll these 4 lines and they just keep coming at you. Boom, boom, boom. So they're in a great position. I'm just
so surprised that every game they're getting their. It's not like you're like, okay, Colorado's going to come back this game, and Seattle they kick their ass from the start to the finish.
They've scored first all 5 games. That was an easy prop bet last night. Seattle score first. I obviously didn't do it because I'm a loser, but. That's the way she goes. Although I did go 3-1 in my 3-1 in my NHL picks last night, so that's not bad. But all right, if you're gonna take off, I got to ask you one more question. I got to ask you one more question though. Yeah. Is there any update on the Derby pick?
No, it's gonna be next week.
Next
I'm
week.
flying out on Tuesday to Miami, and then we're going to Louisville. We'll be in Louisville on Thursday, but I'll have picks by the end of this weekend.
Oh yeah, we're all looking forward to that. So you're gonna go down Miami, start the handicapping down there with Dave, and then shoot up there.
And then
That's
shoot
the way.
up there. Yeah.
You want to get the homework done, so when you're there, you can just suck it
That's
all
it.
in and enjoy it.
Listen, I just bought a new suit. Okay, this is the first time. This is the first time that I've actually really bought a suit, and I'm like, I walked out of there and I was like crying. I didn't know how much they were. Like, I always spent like $500, $1,000. Like I gave my credit card. I was like, I don't know if it's gonna work. That was it. So it did. So I have my first big boy suit on my 45th birthday today. So that's
your birthday's today?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday from the game notes.
Happy birthday, Elio,
wow.
you legend.
I got to double down now on the over tonight. The Mr. Ice birthday over. Holy moly.
But,
unbelievable.
Are suits that expensive? I mean, I'm just a humble pizza maker.
I got raked. I was in the NHL one time, and the guy goes, "Hey, go up to the hotel room. This guy's gonna make you a suit." I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool." I go up there, same thing. Next thing you know, I get a $2,400 bill.
They never told me the cost until I went to the. I'm like, by the way, how much is this? He said it to me. I think the guy thought I had Tourette's because I sort of stumbled back like this.
Whoa. Yeah, the guy thought it was so good. He like put my name on the inside, so he's like, "Oh, look, it's custom made for you." So I would show people because I got to get my money's worth out of this thing. Try to look cool. Tons of happy birthdays in the chat for you here, Mr. Ice. I'm sorry, Army's not here to. He's in love with the chat, so he usually keeps us going. Here we go.
Okay.
Andres Ola, happy birthday, Mr. Ice. So
yeah, no worries.
That's awesome.
All right, well, thanks, bros. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Over, baby, over. All right, that's Mr. Ice on his birthday. I wish I knew that earlier. We could have had the birthday music in the background or something for him.
We got to have a birthday boost, though, no? Like, we got to boost these odds for Ice.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk to Jack at Barstool and try to get these boosted up. But we did some great coverage there. We got Kraken talk in with him, Leafs Tampa. This is the big one now. It's Rangers Devils, Battle of the Hudson, Game 5 back in New Jersey. The road team has won all 4 games in this series. So that leans us towards the Rangers tonight. We had big discussion on Chicklets last night, and we didn't know it, but we had a guy eavesdropping on us the whole time to make sure we showed the Devils some respect. And I think we did. Pasha, what do you think? We're showing them some respect.
What's going on, fellas? Thank you for having me. Just before we dive into the Devils talk, I'd like to give a few non-Devils related stick taps, if I may.
Yep.
First of all, to Fights for that Bergeron call. That was just an incredible call, so good for him. Second set of stick taps is to the West Vancouver boys stepping up in the playoffs. We had Sam Reinhart last night with a big goal, and the night before, Morgan Riley and Alex Kerfoot, all 3 of those guys, great West Van guys. So shout out to them for stepping it up when it counts the most.
Wow. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my invite out to Western Vancouver with you and Biz, so maybe this summer
buddy,
we'll see.
You're welcome anytime.
All right. Yeah, Devils going back home, Game 5. Nobody's won a home game yet, as I said. What are your thoughts? What do you got? You're the Devils insider for Chicklets.
Listen, I think the Devils in the driver's seat, and they're not looking back now. They've finally settled into their game, shaken off the nerves. They're doing what they do best. They dominate 5-on-5. So, love to see that. Hughes is just doing huge things. He's kind of silencing all the people that were saying, oh, he's too young, he's too inexperienced, he's too small. Fuck that. He's been absolutely dominant. Another guy who doesn't get enough credit is Nico Hischier. That guy is, he's no Bergeron, but he's a Bergeron light in the sense of he's a 200-foot player. He does all the right things. Not the biggest guy, but plays hard. So that guy's the heartbeat of the team, and he's been awesome. Hasn't been rewarded with a goal yet. I think we could see his first goal tonight because he's definitely been getting chances. So he's been awesome.
Pasha, I got one bet, and I just wanted to run it by you real quick. So I got Andre Palat anytime goal scorer tonight plus 295. I know Merles doesn't like this phrase, but I feel like he's due. Like, I feel like Andre Palat's due here. I feel like he's due for a huge, big-time playoff goal. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't hate it because he's been bumped up to the first unit power play, and he's looked quite good on there. He's kind of mucking it up in front of the net. And if you're going to beat Shesterkin, that's kind of how you got to do it. So I don't hate that bet at all, G.
And he got the empty net last game to try to take the monkey off the back, so maybe he's ready to get going. I know Biz was on here the other day talking about your big D man. What was that? What's that guy's full name?
Oh yeah, Kevin Ball.
Kevin
Ball. Talking
Ball.
about
Yeah,
big
anytime.
bets.
So I looked up the odds, Barstool Sportsbook and the ScoreBet. Ball anytime plus 850. And if you're really
Wow.
crazy and really want to follow with Biz, first goal plus 4,500. Any
I
chance
love
of this
that.
guy? Does he even have a shot on net in the series?
Probably not, but you know what? I think we got to ride that just because Biz said so, and why not just pepper a little something on it, see what happens.
And okay, and this is the one question I definitely need to ask you. Nobody's given me the right answer for it. I've asked friends inside of Chicklets, outside of Chicklets. If he does score a goal, is he going to do this no celebration or whatever they're doing? What is this the Devils are doing? I think, what's his name? When Hughes scored the other night, he just
Hamilton started it.
Hamilton did it in the OT.
And
What's
then
going on
Hughes
with that?
did it.
No. Hughes actually started when he tied the game in the second period of that game. He just curled around. He just stared down one of the Rangers fans. So that's Hughes being Hughes. He's got that edge. He's got that cockiness to him. The Hamilton one was weird. And then, I don't know. I don't know if this is a trend, so I don't have an answer for you, Merles, but I don't hate it. I don't think it's actually, no, because they're playing at home, so it's not going to happen at home. I think that's like a road thing, shut up MSG type vibe. So to answer your question, no. I think the boys are going to blow the roof off the place if and when they bury lots.
All right. Well, I'm the Rangers guy of the podcast, so I want no part of this. I am on the road team. Last year, they were down 3-2 to the Penguins. It looked like it was over, and I made my way down to this place called Brodener's. It's Mika Zibanejad's burger spot. I did a video. I made a boost on Barstool. He showed up that night with 2-2. Rangers go on to win the series. So I got some bad news for you, Pasha.
Oh, no.
Here it is.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
The fans.
Oh, no.
Half the fans want me to fly
Merle.
back to New Jersey. I can't be pulling that off. But the other half wanted me to get the burger.
Oh, no.
Here it is. The Mika
Why you gotta
93
do this,
burger.
Merle? Why
Can you see
gotta
it
do
here?
this?
Oh, no.
There it is. Onion
Looks
on top.
fantastic.
Mika's been
good on that
invisible
pod.
all series. That's changing tonight.
Oh, no. There's the
There we
bite
go.
of
Oh, no,
death
look.
right there. Jesus Christ.
That's going to be a bad image to have.
It looks sloppier than the Rangers D covers right there, Merles.
So that's the Mika burger. Rangers fans are back. Rangers tonight. I'm a mess, but we'll have that boost up hopefully on Barstool. Boost it up a little bit. And what else you got for us?
Jesus
What are you going to do
Christ.
before the
I gotta
game?
say
What's the
this,
plan?
For all the tire pumping I'm giving the boys, they've been playing far from perfect. So if there's two things I want to see them improve, first of all, I want to see them get more shots from the point with traffic in front. Because like I said earlier, to beat Shesterkin consistently, you got to take his eyes away. And one thing I'm noticing is they're not really using that opportunity. Just throw pucks on net, get bodies in front. I know it's a cliche, but I want to see them do more of that. And I think one player, he's not playing tonight, but one player that would help with that is Luke Hughes, like we've talked about, just his shiftiness, his mobility on the back to get shots through. Lindy doesn't change up the lineups after wins, so, they're not going to lose again this series, so we won't see Luke this round. But, I do think he could help with that. And then the second thing I've been harping on since day one, discipline. I mean, these guys got to stay out of the box. They're taking dumb penalties. It's improved since the start of the series, but they still keep taking too many penalties. They gotta reel it in.
Yeah, that's what we got to get the power play going again. Army's actually jumping on board with that. He's going with Fox and power play point plus 175. Army's on Mika anytime plus 160. I got to do another burger pick. I can't have that be the only one that's out there.
If you want my thoughts on who's gonna have a big game for the Rangers, I think Philip Hedl might step up. He's a player that I like and respect on that squad. One of only a few. I could see him producing.
Yeah, I've liked his game probably the best of like all four games consistently of anybody on the team. He always seems pretty dangerous out there, but they're not going to do it if Mika doesn't get going. I think you said it last night. They're moving him back to the flank, his normal flank spot where he scored 19 power play goals, I think, from that spot. So I know when Kane came over, that kind of messed around with it, but I think he's back there, right?
Oh, did you just say Kane messed around with the power play chemistry? Would that count as liability?
Just no, not the chemistry, the positioning. He got kind of moved out of his spot.
It just messed up the juju.
Yeah. I mean, the numbers would probably show that Mika was on fire, 19 goals.
So he hurt the team in that aspect. Weird. Weird.
You're not going to get me to fall for that one. But what's the plan today? Pre-game, you got to change something up. What we did on Boots on the Ground didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm changing up the jersey pregame for sure. I love American whiskey, love Kevin there, but I don't think I can set foot in there tonight. So got to change it up. I'm going in the opposite entrance we went in last time. I'm definitely not wearing that Black Devils hat. That thing's not seeing the light of day again. So gonna switch it up, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right. So do you got one? Did you give a pick yet? Like an official one pick, so I can write it down in the
I
blog.
mentioned last night. I think Devils are going to win 4-2, and I think Timo Meier has a breakout. So Timo Meier, anytime score.
4-2 and anytime Meier. I'm putting you in the official blog. Everybody listening at home, I've been trying to write them in a blog with the video, so you get a quick recap at the end. So we'll have that up on Twitter. But Pasha, once again, thanks for being our Devils insider. The Mika burger, though, it always shows up.
I can't believe you did that, Merles. Can't believe Don't forget that.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Let's go. All right, that's Pasha. That's our Devils insider for the Chicklets. What do you got to say, G?
I feel like I can't not bet Jack Hughes either. Anytime goal scorer tonight. I believe I took him first goal scorer. No, I took Jack Hughes to score at least one power play point plus 140. It's just like every time I look at the TV during a Devils Rangers game, I feel like Jack Hughes is either scoring a goal, making something happen. I think he's just looked incredible. So I'm gonna go towards Jack Hughes, but I have to bet the Mika burger now. Are you kidding me?
Mika burger, baby.
I mean, I have to.
I remember I hit it like 4 or 5 times last year when I would go there. I remember he retweeted it or liked it after the game. I was all fired up. It's probably one of his buddies or something. But we talked about this Brodners before. It's 90 chains around here. They bought in on one of the lower level teams on a Division I team. They bought 49% of it, and they were trying to move up this year to the second league in Sweden, and they lost. They lost the last game, and they'd end up not moving up by like a point or two. So they're going to be back in Division I next year, and I'm sure they're going to pump the money again and try to get them up. So
imagine Mika being told that, though, like, hey, Mika, there's this former NHL player who has just been gambling on you nonstop, but the whole premise is that he has to go to your restaurant and eat your burger first. He's probably like, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
I played against him when he was still a junior in your Gardens, and he was playing. I think it was before he got drafted, or he just got drafted.
How sick was he?
He's probably like, ooh, that guy that smelled like Captain Morgan, that Murley guy, it's him. So, yeah, he was good, but he was so young, and we took care of business with them. We were in the relegation against them, and we knocked them out. So, I got that on him at least.
Yep.
But
speaking of smelling like Captain Morgan, should we bring in our next guest here?
Yes, our Chicklets Vegas insider, Chris the Migs Migliori. The Mig, where are you?
I'm at the practice rink, getting the inside.
All right.
Blind roofer in here feeling my way around.
I love it. What do you got? Any players showing up there yet?
Yeah, I saw a couple guys skate in or drive in. Saw a couple Porsches. One of the guys, I think it's Marcia Show, drives that ridiculous Lamborghini with it wrapped in the Knights. They got the Black Aces on right now, getting some laps in.
Yeah, I remember
the only
Marshy
news coming out.
Yeah, Marshy was driving that to the games there on their big run or something, right? It's that same car we saw?
First year. Yeah, they got it parked out in the back where the players park here. But yeah, it's up in Summerlin, their practice rink. You don't get this in a lot of rinks. Let me see if I can turn this thing. First time using it.
Noah Gibson, Migsy with the hat today. Too many guys chirping his bald head last episode. The internet's brutal. Tough, buddy.
Merle, you get this a lot in a lot of rinks. You just have a good morning skate, come right out, walk across the street, maybe bet a few horses, throw the dice a little bit. That's how you warm up for games.
Dude, do you remember us in college before practice? We'd go down to the OTB and bet the horses.
Yeah, we'd bet the horses.
We'd be late to practice, G. We'd be betting horses down at OTB like, oh, we got one more race. I love this horse. Run this horse. We would be flying up. It was a 5-minute drive. We'd make it in 2 minutes. No stops. The lights, blow all the lights, sprinting into the rink for the meeting.
At RPI.
At RPI, yeah.
Oh, my God.
The meeting would end. Me and him hightail it right away into the secretary's office to check the results.
Yeah, check the results or try to watch the race. Never won, but it was still a good one. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we were big horse guys. We just had Elio on. He doesn't.
You got a
have
Derby pick yet?
Yeah, you got a Derby pick? He doesn't have one yet for us.
Nah, I don't have one. Usually I end up I went to the Derby last year. It was a mess. I had so much money on about 1,000 horses except for the one that was the long shot. But yeah, it's fun. No, I don't have the Derby pick yet. Probably wait a little bit, see who gets it. I don't, the post positions are pretty big. Obviously the first couple, but no, I don't have anything yet. What did Elliot?
No, he's still working. He's still working. He's reading the program, no. So he'll get it to us next week. Let's talk some Jets Vegas. I just read Scheifele.
You got that Mika burger?
Yeah, it looks. I made a mess of it. There's going to be a bad meme of me going around after.
Oh,
I
no.
got the burger. That's done. Rangers are going to take care of business. But this Jets Vegas series, it feels like it's over. Scheifele's out for Game 5. I'm hearing Ehlers is back in. No Morrissey is when I jumped off the Jets bandwagon. I'm fully on Vegas. Are we safe to say Vegas tonight?
I think what I've heard is they're ready to go. They want to get the series over with, give the guys some rest, kind of watch Edmonton and LA beat up on each other. So they were ready. Saw the guys pulling in today. They look like they got some hop in their step. The only news really is William Carrier has been skating full gear. He might get inserted into the lineup maybe tonight. I don't know if they're going to try to jump him in. Yeah, he's really good.
He's a playoff type guy you need in a long series.
Yeah, flies around, plays penalty kill, flies around, hits, chipping goals. So if he goes in tonight, it'd be really good to see. I don't know if they'll save him, give him a couple extra days if they can close out. Thompson has been skating a little bit, but the rumor is he might not come back for the series. But I think the night's rolled.
I don't think you can't change with the goalie now. He's played well enough to get a 3-1 lead. And Quickie's our guy. I want Quickie to get in and go on a run. Which if you go on a long series, I'm sure he's going to end up being in there at some point. But if they play
the Kings next round, you're telling me he's not going to be buzzing to go.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
They'll be ready. But yeah, the place. There's already people down waiting at T-Mobile for the watch parties and starting the beers early, so they're gonna be going.
Have you seen this free tattoo stuff? I'm hearing a lot that they're just handing out free Golden Knights tattoos in front of the arena.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, they do that. In the first year, if you got the Golden Knights tattoo, the rumor is you would get a free ticket. So people were doing it. They handed out the plaza, which is out front where they show the watch. It's a really cool spot, but it's bonkers. It's bonkers before games. You can't get down there.
Well, that brings up a good point. I wanted to ask you about it, Vegas. I know Vegas one way to do it, but I want to know how you do Vegas. I bring out my old lady for a game. Where am I staying? Where am I eating? Where am I drinking? Where am I playing? Give us a little Vegas concierge.
If you're coming out for a game, I would just probably stay at that Park MGM. It's the old Monte Carlo. They redid the entire thing. It's literally right next to T-Mobile, so you're right in the mix. You can get out early, enjoy everybody.
Was Monte Carlo where we watched that NCAA tournament that one year, the basketball? Remember that show?
That is it.
Well, yeah, those were marathon days in that place.
8 a.m. Guinness is not always great.
Yeah. No, it's the other one, the space dust.
Space
dust. That one hurt me. And all right, so that's the hotel. What do we got for a restaurant? Where's a good meal close to the rink or good price?
If you want to go kind of local style, you go one street over to Paradise, go to Beers and Tacos and Beer, cheap, good beers, great tacos. And then when you're going to the game, swing by this place called Beer House. It's like a German style, beer hall. Yeah, and they got tons of craft beers, big things, games, live music, and everybody in there is getting ready for the game. So they're just going nuts. So it's really fun. You can watch other games too, because they got a ton of screens. And I would say if you're buckled after the game, then you just go right to New York, throw dice. Big, my brother Dave, he loves that place.
New York, good craps tables there. I'm a craps
good craps tables. You get the $15 tables too.
Yeah,
which is
that's
key.
what I need.
Yeah, it's huge.
Do you remember when we were out there last time? I was the $50 minimum. I stood no chance. Too bad rolls. I was cleaned out.
Yeah, the wind was bad, but you can go there, go to the center bar, and then if you want to really tune it up, they got the dueling pianos upstairs, so right down the hall. So that gets. But if you're out there with the wife, I know you guys got the wives, and you come out, you go over to Cosmo, go up to the Chandelier Bar, Merle. Remember I brought Johanna there last time?
Yeah.
And you get
the good dates.
Yeah, you get you get the drink called a verbena. It's like this alcohol drink, and it's got dandelion or something in it. Drink it; it makes your whole face numb. So that's usually like a local thing that we tell everybody to grab. It's pretty fun.
Real quick, Migs, like fun fact about you that I don't think not a lot of people know is you're an ACHA guy. You used to coach in the ACHA at San Diego State. So last time you came on, a bunch of people were tweeting us, DMing us, being like, "Holy shit, that guy was my coach at San Diego State."
Yeah.
Tell us about that program. Tell us about what it was like coaching ACHA in San Diego, and just kind of tell us all about that.
I moved out to San Diego to get my master's in education as a teacher, and needed some things to do. So I reached out, but it's awesome. I mean, the ACHA is awesome. At that time, they were D2. We had such just awesome guys on the team, and they wanted to kind of be treated like a pro. So we'd have like Sunday sweats. You got to go to the gym, get a sweat in from the weekend. And it's different though. You come from D1 and we're on buses, and we had to rent vans, drive everywhere. So I would drive a van with the team, and it's a little
everyone
bit more
just
liberal.
Pounding beers in the back of the van.
Oh yeah, I mean it's liberal. We would go over to AC, so we would play ASU before they became D1, and their coach over there is just awesome. But you tell the guys like, hey, if you want to have beers, you just can't play if you're going to have beers. So you give guys kind of the option. And Tempe and that Mill Ave or whatever.
Me and G were there. We did a tour of the new arena. If you haven't seen it on YouTube, check that out. But we talked this. All right.
It's awesome. I'm a big believer in that. I still keep in touch with those guys. We had a good run, had a lot of wins, a lot of fun. It's weird. Practices were at like 5:30 in the morning. It's just different, but it's really great.
Do you think they could ever support a team like a Division I team?
I mean, SDSU, because they're a state college, they should be able to. I mean, they're built.
Who wouldn't want to go play college hockey at SDSU?
But that's what I wanted to ask you. I think UNLV has to be the next big school. You got Vegas there. They moved the AHL team. Have you heard any rumblings of that?
Yeah, they're trying. They're trying to get the funding. I mean, obviously you have T-Mobile. There's going to be like 8 rinks out here. They actually play where I am. They got a nice little locker room, and with the Knights, obviously it's nice, but it's a little far from campus. But yeah, they want to support it. We played against them. We played against them for San Diego State, so that was always fun as a coach, trying to like round up the guys. Hey man, we got a game in an hour. But this is great. I heard you guys talking about it. Pac-12 having hockey teams, I think would be awesome. Guys would love to come. ASU's kind of leading the way, but the ACHA guys, man, they play for the love of the game. It's great that you guys support them, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of good time coaching.
I got the chat going here. SSK306. It was a while ago. Is Migsy a reporter, or is he just a random dude that goes to the practice facility? Yeah, he's Chicklets Vegas insider. SSK, come on.
Hold on, I'm not a practice warrior.
He's our Chicklets insider. We needed boots on the ground over there. We wanted to see if Ehlers was in or not, and we wanted to see what the Vegas guys were doing. That's where all the scoops come down. But Migsy, I need some.
We got
one
from Singsy here.
What's Singsy saying? Just for the record, the triple drawly is plus 73.93 tonight. I sprinkled it for shits and giggles. Fun night in Vegas kind of bet. So Singsy's our big guy. The drawly is taking all 3 games to go to overtime. Migs, Murley special. This playoff's been nuts. 11 of them already. 11 draws.
Of them. You haven't been on any.
No, I'm a loser, but that's why
winners.
That's what's all fun about. Just need to hit one big one like that. I could use that one. That would be a nice one to hit, the drawly. What do you got for us in tonight's game? Vegas Jets. What do you take?
Keep it simple. I'm taking the Knights minus 1.5. Thinking they get out in front. Goalie gets pulled early. Knights minus 1.5. And then yesterday when I came to practice, so I coached the U12s here. We're going to Quebec, by the way, Merle. You're invited.
Quebec, yeah, I'm working on getting a Chicklets team up there.
Yeah. So I saw my man Marsha show. He had his little kids out here for. He's got a couple kids that play, and he's a aggressive parent. But we got him over a point. I think 1 point's like minus 120. So we'll put him there. I think the Knights wrap it up tonight. I think it's you're looking at a 5-1, something like that, if they can get out for the lead.
Yeah, I'm going to be all over the Knights too. I love the Knights. And while we're talking some plays, I ripped this guy yesterday. I gave him an assignment to come with a player parlay for me, Justin Partika. and he fumbled it, and he got back to me in a reasonable time today. So I said I would say it. A 3-player point parlay. He's got Kreider, Tavares, and Eichel out in Vegas plus 285. Talk a little bit about like what you've seen with Eichel. We love Eichel, and if he really like learns to step up his game and play 100% every shift, I think he can be a game changer. Like he can carry them.
I mean, he's never been to the playoffs, so you can see him. He's kind of getting into it. He understands the grind. I mean, Vegas is kind of built to go the distance, so I think but he is. I think he's playing great. I mean, he's getting there. He's getting points. He's dominant. He's winning faceoffs. So he was really a great trade. Obviously, he didn't like losing Tuck, and Eichel's a man of the town. People love him here. I mean, he's getting the cheers from walking down the street. So everybody loves him. He's a great kid. Good fit.
All right, we got XR3737. Migsy's take on the Hudson River game. We just covered Rangers Devils with Pasha. What do you got? What do you got to take on that game?
I'm deep on the Rangers. I'm deep on the Rangers winning that series. I think that man, they looked terrible the last game. I mean, they look slow. I hate to call out the coach, but he's kind of a guy. When he was coached out here, he just lets his guys play. Doesn't make a lot of adjustments in game. He believes in his players. I think that they look sluggish, so hopefully they hop over the river and they feel a little urgency. Shesterkin, I think, is going to have a big game, maybe like a 3-0 win. Get that Mika power play goal, that 1T from the side.
Yeah, that's what I just talked about. I said,
I'm deep on the Rangers.
Over's 5.5. Either you guys touching? I know you just said 3-0, but anytime I see a 5.5 now, I take it. But you guys confident in that at all?
How about that Hughes? Hughes move on the breakaway? G, I thought it looked like you in Chicklets Cup. Stole that from you with that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Migsy.
You look like
I can't take an over with Schmid and Shesterkin, but
the Schmid. Don't you think though the Schmid guy might have isn't he due for a down game? Like
guy was in the USHL 2 years ago. This is crazy.
I mean, he's running hot, but
we got
you never know.
So Tapra PP, you're on that game too, right, Migsy? Tapra, they're up 3-2 last we checked.
Yeah, it's
in there
3-2.
Speaking of Europe, I got this message from Patrick Loff. So listen to this. So the World Championships are coming up over here. And one thing, like all these players are making huge contracts now, right? So a guy like Elias Pettersson, I don't know what's he making, $7, $8, $9 million.
He just signed.
Which nobody really thought about is now these like the Swedish hockey organization can't afford the insurance on that contract to have him play in the World Championships. This was probably never an issue. Most guys were making was always $5-6 million. It's not a big deal. So they're saying they're going to leave him off the roster this year because Swedish Hockey Federation can't afford the insurance on that giant contract.
Don't you guys have universal health care over there? Like the government pays it? Don't they pick up that tab?
No, they're not going to pick up a $90 million contract from Vancouver, but we got the free health care.
You think they'll start to send younger guys then, Merles? Because I saw a guy like Adam Fantilli's going. I mean, I feel like you're starting to see more of the top prospects start to go over there, but I don't know. Why not just send more younger kids then?
Yeah, I know they did that before with the younger guys because USA Hockey knew these guys are the future of our Olympic teams, our World Cup teams when they used to have all that stuff. We never get it anymore. So they would want them to get in there real early at 18, 19. So then by the time they're 22, 23 at the Olympics, they have the experience. But now with this whole contract thing, if that's true, then, I think we'll definitely see some more young guys.
Is that kid Carlson going? Is the kid Leo Carlson? Is he going? He's got to be.
I would assume they're going to put him on there. He's number 3 rated on the game notes draft board, Migsy.
Yeah.
The first two guys
Where's that in your bathroom? You got your draft board up in your bathroom in there. He's dominant. What do you got for the isn't the game 7 today? Or you gotten there yet?
Game 7 in Switzerland tonight. Yeah, but
Swiss.
I made the mistake yesterday. I gave a bonus pick in here, and Moto crapped the bet on me, so I'm not getting. Fine, I'll give a pick. Genève Servette's going to win that game at home, game 7.
I like it.
I didn't even look at the odds yet because I vowed I wouldn't do this, but there it is. We're doing Geneva, game 7, 8 p.m. over here, 2 p.m. Eastern. Migsy's take on Boston. They want your takes on all Boston. Is that you, Migs?
Sure.
Are you XR? Are you writing this so you get more airtime?
My hands are right here, dude. I can't. You know how long it took me to figure out this just to get my camera on? These aren't even my headphones. I had to borrow them. It would have been unbelievable if Marchand had scored that goal at the end. That place would have been down to the ground. Yeah, Monty. I think Monty's going to pull it out. You know, quick trip down to the south. They get to stay down there a couple extra days, maybe get a little burn, couple Bud Lights at the cash only bar at Elbow Room. You know, maybe
big
that
deals,
little
big
treat.
deals. Come on,
big deal. Sorry,
big deal, Bruce.
They serve those down. They serve those.
We're in Florida.
1,000
Yep.
of those.
Oh yeah,
I had about 1,000 of those things in Arizona. Those things, forget it. Oh, right in. Yeah, I like Boston. That game was great. You know, and is Bob Roski really going to have 50 saves again?
Are you worried at all, though? Any worry at all for Boston? No.
Nah, I don't. I mean, worst comes to worst, they go back for a Game 7 in Boston. It's more hockey, but nah, I think they close it out. They understand it. Bergeron's got another game. I think they'll close it out next game. They're really good.
Here we go. Tommy T parlay. Hughes shots over 3.5. Stevenson over a half point. O'Reilly over a half point. Stevenson, Vegas guy. Miggs, what do you feel on him there?
He can fly. He's playing great too. He had a goal last game. He plays with that Carlson line and William Carlson. I mean, guy who got traded here was kind of in the muck in Columbus. He's been dominant. Chandler Stevenson obviously knows how to win coming from the Cap. So yeah, I like that. That's a good parlay.
That's probably been the most popular pick in the comments today is Chandler Stevenson over half a point. People seem to love him for tonight.
Because he falls into that third line, so he can get out against defensemen that can't deal with that speed. He's fast and tough. So yeah, Vegas is built well. I mean, they're good as long as the goalie sticks up. They should roll tonight.
Lost my dignity at the Elbow Room on spring break in college. Danny Meyer.
That might have been me. That could be me. That could be my comment.
That's your burner. That's your burner there.
Yeah, that could be my burner for the Elbow Room. That place. A lot of lost nights. That's where we went when we were in college. Remember that? We worked on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we worked down there. We worked down at the Panthers practice arena when we were in college. What
painted
a disgrace.
Painted the entire rink the wrong color. Painted it pink.
Oh, geez. Miggs, thoughts on Merle's catching a load on his face eating a burger live on air? Bad juju for the Rangers? Yeah, it was a mess.
You're not a good mouth guy. Sometimes you get excited, you throw a little drool around it.
Anything for the team, Miggs. Anything for our series bet. I'm going to get roasted on the internet. That's fine. Anything for the bet.
Yeah.
But
I'll throw a Rika burger in my face if this series bet comes in.
Singsy, I think the Jets score PLD anytime plus 200. That's not bad if you think the Jets are going to get one. And speaking of the Jets getting one, I almost forgot. Army's big play of the day. He's going with the Vegas shutout plus 900 on the score bet. So I predicted a shutout on Dallas. Didn't bet it because I'm a loser. But Army's going on the Vegas shutout. What do you think of that?
I mean, if they can shut down Kyle Connor, where do they really get goals from? You know, if they can stay out of the box, if it doesn't turn into a mess. What was that? What was I going to say? What about that penalty last night? The Bruins penalty off the face-off. Sorry to go back to that. What was that guy?
That was horrible. That was the softest call I've ever seen. The fact Kachuk started holding his head after, that's what sold the whole thing.
First of all, Kachuk's like 240. I mean, if he's going to the ice that easy, that's like an NBA flop. That was bad. No, I liked Vegas. I think plus 900 is great odds. I don't really usually shoot the shot like that, but I don't know. I like it. What do you got? What'd you go with?
I'm going to take Vegas. I'm on obviously Mika, and I'm all over the Rangers. The Leafs over. I'm obviously riding with Elio on. I love that. But Miggs, you are an official reporter. You are a Chicklets guy. That's why you get to come on here. But
so I get the free hat.
I got a little thing going for everybody out there. You know my brother TM. He plays in this giant charity Cup hockey tournament every spring. It's going on right now, and there's auction items, signed jerseys, sticks that people donate, blah blah blah. You can just give cash. It all goes to sick kids and families, help them out with different things. So I got together in the Game Notes podcast that we do monthly, me, Army, and G. I don't know when our next one will be, but I put it out there. I want everybody to know on here we're doing it. It's up for bid on there. I'll put the link on my Twitter. This is the description. You'll be part of the Spit and Chicklets Game Notes podcast. You get interviewed by Army, Merles, and G. You get to announce Beer League rule number 7.
Ooh.
You get to fire questions out at the guys, and you're going to shout out you can shout out your Beer League and the Cap Cup or whoever wins it, your buddies, and we got to do it on the podcast because who knows who would win this thing? You would win it, and who knows who you'd give it to.
I might just buy it now and give it to Z-Back or something.
Yeah, so that would be for the that would be for our next full podcast, not for the daily show, but that's pretty cool. I hope that raises a ton of money. We'll see how it goes. If it goes well, we'll do it again. And we got Matt Murley anytime Pink Whitney nip -8,000 tonight. I'm telling you, I'm low stacked on the Pink Whitney, but this Rangers game might be one I have to go into the well for.
You at home? You staying home for the game? You staying home? Staying up all night again?
Yeah,
up all night?
I say it every night down here. I'm telling you, I'm watching the first period, going to bed. But this game's too big. I'll be up for this game, but put me to bed as soon as that game ends. Put me to bed, please, as my friend.
That's good.
So, all right, Miggsy, that's Vegas. That's Vegas Insider Miggs. Thanks for coming on again. And
no worries.
I don't think we'll see you for a little while because Vegas is wrapping it up tonight.
Yeah, I'll hang around for the pregame, see if I notice anything weird or anything.
Yeah, send me some updates and we'll see what's going on.
There's a bunch of
Zamboni
fans.
kid is going to sell his house for that auction item.
Oh boy, that's going to turn into a mess. That's awesome. That's really nice of you to do. For
all right,
TM.
Thanks, Miggsy.
All right, cheers.
All right, that's the Miggsy. That's Elio. That's Pasha.
And I don't know what just happened to Merle's there. He looks like he just popped off. Maybe his laptop died or something. So that wraps up Game Notes Daily. Shout out Merle. Shout out Pasha. Shout out Elio. Shout out Miggsy. Shout out everyone that came on. And shout out the chat. We love you guys.